Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing us to do this. Today, we are going to honor our outstanding Virginians of 2015. So we'll take a brief break from our deliberations. The couple we honor today as outstanding Virginians of 2015 have brought many of the finest musicians in the world to Virginia for the enjoyment of its citizens, and have created a music festival in Virginia which trains thousands of young people in a variety of musical disciplines. Today we honor the late maestro, Mr. Mizell, and his widow, Mrs. Mizell, of Castleton and Rappahannock County. Mr. Mizell was a child prodigy who went on to become the music director of the New York Philharmonic, the Cleveland Orchestra, the Vienna State Orchestra, and several other ensembles around the world. He was born in 1930 to a pair of American music students. He showed an early aptitude for music. When he was 5, he began studying piano, and at age 7, piano at age 7, violin at 8. His father gave him a full orchestral score of Haydn's Surprise Symphony at 9. He led an orchestra through a movement of Schubert's Unfinished Symphony. Just before his 10th birthday, he conducted the Pittsburgh Symphony, and at 11, Arturo Toscanini invited him to conduct the NBC Symphony in a concert of works by Wagner, Mendelssohn, Newlin, broadcast nationally from Radio City Music Hall. At 11. At 12, and again at 14, he led the New York Philharmonic in performances at Lewistown Stadium. After completing his formal education, including a Fulbright Fellowship in Rome to study Renaissance Italian music, Maestro Mizell had, by age 30, conducted over 300 concerts with more than 20 orchestras. He went on in succession to be music director of the Orchestra Nationale de France, and the Deutsche Opera, Berlin Radio Symphony Orchestras, the Cleveland Symphony Orchestra, the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, the Bavarian Radio Orchestra, and finally, the New York Philharmonic. He made numerous acclaimed recordings, and by 1985 had guest conducted over 132 orchestras in the prior 20 years. In the 1990s, Maestro Mizell revived an interest in composing, including a series of concerto commissions. And in 1986, he married the acclaimed German actress, Mrs. Mizell. And shortly thereafter, in 1988, they purchased a beautiful farm in Rappahannock County. Mrs. Mizell, at age 19, starred at Gretchen in Gois Foss in Munich, which brought her national fame. In rapid succession, she starred in plays by Lessing, Shakespeare, Bach, Pinter, and Radigan, earning her the Bad Hersfeld Festival Prize for Best Actress. She appeared as a guest star in the State Theater in Bonn and the Josephat Theater in Vienna. After scores of films and plays filmed for television, she won Germany's coveted Bambi Award for Best Actress in 1983. She studied violin, classical dance, and voice in Munich, New York, Aspen, and has appeared as a soloist narrator with the New York Philharmonic, the Pittsburgh Symphony, the National Symphony Orchestra, and others. She also has performed dramatic readings of literary masterpieces in both the United States and Europe. The Mizells, quite simply, are in love with the world of music and believe that the classics must be passed on to an inspired new generation of musicians. They believe that this is best done through the old system of a master musician mentoring a student in his home. They have done this on a huge scale at their farm in Castleton. Their joint dedication to and passion for music led the Mizells to construct both an intimate state-of-the-art concert hall and a large opera festival hall on their farm. The concert hall has introduced world-renowned musicians as well as young and promising artists to the beauty of the Virginia countryside and performed for the pleasure of Virginia audiences. The ultimate and abiding dedication of the Mizells came through the establishment of the Castleton Festival in 2009. This summer festival gives hundreds of promising young musicians and performers, set designers and technicians the opportunity to live and work with the Mizells and other renowned professionals in the magnificent setting of Castleton Farm. Mrs. Mizell has been responsible for the planning and daily on-site operations of the festival, while the maestro traveled the world both as an ambassador for the festival and in part guest conducting to support the festival's large budget. He conducted his last concert in the spring of 2014. About the time of their selection is this year's honor release, and shortly before his untimely death in July 2014. At his wish, he is buried at Castleton. Mrs. Mizell, who is here with us today, and with their son, continues the incredible Castleton Festival, a Virginia cultural legacy which the Mizells built together. So please join me in honoring them by showing our appreciation on behalf of all Virginians. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, if I could request Delegate Pogge to hand me to pass down the memorial resolution that we passed in honor of Mr. Mizell.
It feels awkward.
Thank you.
We are honored to have the family with us. We thank you very much for all your contributions to our Commonwealth, and we congratulate you on this honor that you've just received today. Thank you for being here with us.